Hey yo, what is good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Yo a Nerd, and this is I Am Batman.
Days of summer with jasmine and blue. July is dressed up and playing too. And I come la 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 la
Hey, so what is good, y'all? I'm Justice Jeans Child, and I want to keep y'all up with Jace Fox. Just like I'm keeping y'all up with Miles, I want to keep y'all up with Jace Fox and this I Am Batman storyline. So if you want to get caught up to where I am right now, I got a video out. If you don't know, now you know. Jace Fox, please go check that out. I'll probably will put the link in the bio somewhere or something like that, but please go check that out. It's on my channel, and I want to keep y'all up with the new Black Batman, just in case y'all aren't reading. So let's get right into it, because I love this. It's written by John Ridley. He's also writing Black Panther, so let's get into it. We're starting off with I Am Batman 0. So we're gonna jump right into it. First page, yo. So we come straight into it, and he is training. We see my man's training, and he's basically like a lot of years, a lot of hard work, a lot of time trying to figure out who I am. Truth is, I'm nobody. Well, not yet, but give a brother a chance. So we start out here, and he's training with Katana. He starts out, he's training with Katana, which is pretty dope. I love that he's getting training from her, because she is one of the most deadliest women, one of the most deadliest characters in the DC universe, for real. So I love that he's getting training from her, because he gonna be deadly, you feel me? So he's getting training from her, and he's also getting training from Visse, this guy Visse. I'm probably saying that wrong, sorry if I am. And he's basically talking to him. He's like, yo, I need a war name. And then so he gets, because his real name is Tim. His real name is Tim Fox, but he's like, I need a war name, because basically he's ready to go to war. He's ready to basically try to be good, you feel me? He says right here, he says, I want to be like you, a visionary, a symbol of resistance. And then so he basically says that he needs a war name, and his war name is going to be Jace. Yes, that's where we get Jace Fox. And then from there we come into the story right now. So we come into the present, and Jace is now moving out of the Fox family house. And then basically like Luke Fox is basically like it's because of him, but it's not because of him. The reason why he is moving out, he's moving out because he wants more privacy. You feel me? He needs more space, because he's becoming the Batman. You feel me? And then so we go on, and then you see in Alleytown there's like this whole rally that's going on and everything, because a lot of crazy stuff's been happening in Gotham. People Gotham are fed up, you feel me? And then so like the cops start getting crazy, which kind of starts like a ride, you feel me? So then after the ride we go to Renee Montoya, and she's basically digging into one of the cops, and she's basically just digging into one of the cops, and she's like, those demonstrators had a permit, they had a right to assemble, and they were not damaging property. You had no authority to start a riot. And he was like, I wasn't gonna run from a bunch of mask wearing thugs, because after everything that's going on in Gotham, like masks is kind of like not a good thing in Gotham right now. Wearing a mask is no good. And basically she's like, for the people, they wearing masks, because since all the crazy stuff that happened in Gotham, they don't know what's in the air they're breathing. Like since A-Day, that's when like all the magistrate and everything happened. Since like all that, people don't know what they're breathing. People scared out there, for real, right? And then Renee basically just going through it, trying to get everything back in order after the magistrate and all that. And then so in comes Detective Chubbs, comes in the room. Detective Chubbs is cool. She is another black character, new black character. She's basically a detective in this whole I Am Batman story, and she's gonna be in it a lot. She's in it a lot, so take note of her. She's gonna be in it a lot. I really like her character. I think you will too. Maybe. I don't really know. I don't know some of y'all that's watching, so let's just get into it. So she comes in, right? And they start talking about her partner, because her partner had lied to Renee, and so about the mask and stuff, because he's kind of not as hard on masks as everybody else is. So they get to talking about the mask, and like basically saying he can't lie to her again, that he done. And then she asks, and then Renee asks Chubbs if she is cool with masks, right? And then so what she says to that, she basically tells her for a lot of us, when men in mass show up, they're usually not bringing justice with them. Not real, true legal justice. And justice is all I care about. And then Renee basically says she has that in common. So they continue talking, and basically Renee puts Chubbs ahead of handling things on in Alleytown, right? She says, you and your partner Whitaker are going to be officers in charge. Don't let me down, right? So basically they're doing that. Then we go to Jace talking to his pappy. And then basically his pappy's telling him like, yo, you ain't got nothing to prove because he's working hard, working nights. He's in the building every night, but his dad don't really know what he's doing for real. But, you know, he is working hard in the building every night, you feel me? But his dad says he has nothing to prove, for real. And right? So, and then we come up to his friend Hadia, which is the love interest, feel me? That's the love interest. She comes in. She lives in New York. Foreshadowing. She lives in New York, right? But she comes into town, right? And then she tells him, yeah, you know, he tells her that, you know, it's not Tim no more, it's Jay. She says, yeah, I know, I talked to Val, and then she's like, she has to get back to New York, but not until Friday, so you know they should meet up and everything. And he give her the little look, the longing look, you feel me? He give her the look, and then so he goes to work after that. He's talking to Val, and he's like, yo, you couldn't give me a heads up that, you know, she was in town, and he's like, yo, she told me to tell you, hey, and I told you that. You feel me? He's like, I did my job. After, you know, they talk about all that, he gets to work again, right? He's basically trying to see if Val, you know, broke into the system of the suit so they can use it. But he hasn't yet. He's still trying to do that. And then basically, I like what Jay says here. He says, people like my father and Bruce Wayne, they use this tech to make Batman into their private soldier. Now the magistrate's using it to make a private army. I need to bleed this thing of all this tech and use it for my own purpose. And Val's like, and that purpose is, and Jace is like, make sure people who think they're above the law get what they deserve. And then he's like, yeah, your whole master plan sounds like you're still trying to work out your daddy issues. And yo, Val be keeping it real with my mans. He really be keeping it real. But, and then so he just basically, Jay says they need to know that the things they think protect them can be turned against them. And he's like, right, but no daddy issues. So they get to talking about the work. So if you remember, he stole something from Tyler Arcadon, right? And then he says like they have those 6 IDs that Tyler had in his transporter. And he's like, he said they belonged to some left-wing radicals, but they disappeared. But you know, Val was basically like the Oracle. He hacked in, he found a way to find them. So he found them. He's like, well, at least one of them is in Gotham. So he's like, Jace is better go out there, but he's like, yo, if it's all of me, y'all number 6 to 1. And he's like, noted. Meantime, keep trying to hack that thing's tech. There's got to be some way I can use it. So he basically go out there in his own little makeshift suit or whatever. But I like that he ain't care. He was on number 6 to 1. It's very Moon Knight like. I like, cause Moon Knight be like, if it's a trap, I'ma spring it. I like that. You feel me? So let's see. And then he's like, so then he goes to a warehouse in Gotham, right? I love it. Warehouse time. And then he's like, it's shut down. It's abandoned. Everything about it says whoever's in this joint is operating on the super DL, you know, chilling, you know, they on the low. He's like, so am I. He said, Val said there were 6 radicals. I see 2 people. And they don't look particularly radical. But the explosions they're working with, those are for real, right? So he jumps in like Batman, knocks the first person out, and then he goes for the next person. They try to go at him, breaks the person's leg, yo. They showing off his train that he got, but yo, it shows that like he's ruthless. Like he broke this man's leg, like, you know, he Moon Knight. He like Moon Knight, he ruthless. And then he knocks this man out, and then he puts the number into the trace phone's number into his burner, calls it, and then he starts hearing the buzz. And he finds, what do we see? 6 body bags, right? And he found the radicals. He's like, but I found their bodies. And if things are jumping off with 6 people dead, they're sure not getting better. You feel me? So then the guys out there, they start waking up, and the one guy, you know, looks like he got a bomb that he already set off, right? And he leaves the one guy behind, right? And so basically he sets the bomb, and then Jace actually saves this one guy, even though he didn't have to. Because yeah, he broke his leg, showing that he's ruthless. I mean, Batman's done worse to people. So like, Bruce Wayne's Batman. So like, he still saved this guy, even though, you know, he could have killed him. But he still saved him. And he took that explosion. Like, his body took that explosion. This kind of shows he's a little durable. Yeah, he blacked out, but like, he's still durable or whatever. But then we come to on the beach, right? And this is where he starts kind of like interrogating the yo, right? So basically, he talks to the guy, and the guy basically spills his beans. Not then he had to beat this guy out. I mean, he already broke his leg, but this guy basically spills the beans. It's like, yo, look, the body was there when we got there, bro. We were just paid to, you know, after someone off at Alleytown to make the police blow up, making like an accidental explosion. He was like, they got money for the job, you feel me? And they never seen the dude before, whatever. And then so like, Jace like, you're not getting far with that hurt leg, you might as well wait for the cops and be smart, cause you don't want me coming looking for you, basically, right? And then he goes talking to Vol. He's like, yo, I found the radicals. They're already dead. It was supposed to look like they got it in an accidental explosion. He's like, why? He's like, the demonstration at Alleytown, there's a false flag operation going on. Arcanine hires some professional hitters, gets them the ID so they can fake like the radicals. They head to the rally, start some trouble. On one side, you got angry people. On the other side, you got anxious police. It only takes a spark to start a war. And then Val's like, what does Arcanine get out of all of this? And he's like, I'll ask him when I stop him. He's like, how do you stop a war? And he's like, you bring a tank, right? And then, so we go to the alley, right? And then, you know, shit starts popping off, right? And then, so we see this shadow in the mist, a little bat figure. And then who comes out? My man's with the suit, right? It's first time him coming out in the suit, right? And he's like, and then like, he's using the suit to like track the weapons and everything, right? People shooting at him, he's knocking the weapons out, right? It kind of looks like he's attacking civilians when the police come. And then Chubbs is like, yo, we ready to enforce the law. And then so, but Jace is still trying to take down these people that are shooting at him, right? And then he starts using some of the things in the bat suit, shocks them and all that. They're still shooting. Then the police start shooting. And he's like, officer, I think you and I have gotten off to a bad, and they shoot this man with like a rocket. Like magistrate bots come in, right? And then the magistrate bots is like, and it's some of his father's tech used to control the city. And he's like, this is why I fight. And he's like, I will fight like hell. And he's like, and the things like target the mask. And they start shooting him, really getting to him and everything, right? So then he just lets out this like big ass light blast, right? So he can basically get out of the suit and run, right? And then Chubbs basically tells them to find him. When they find him, hurt him, right? And then so here we go to Jace. This is when we get into him for real. He's like, I screwed up bad. Yeah, I stopped the slaughter, but that's not how it's playing on social. Before I can even make it home, trolls have taken over the narrative. I want to appropriate my father's work and make it into a different kind of symbol. And you see this picture like Batman attacks civilians, Batman started riot, Batman can't be trusted, Batman's a thug. You feel me? All I did was make a mess. And then basically he's talking to Hadia when he goes sees her, and she's like, but I don't understand half of what you're saying, so unless you want to tell me the whole story. He's like, I can't tell you the whole story. So, and then basically she's like, we've got blood on our hands. You're stained with guilt, mine with retribution. We can't wash them clean, but we can make amends. And basically Jace like, all the work you do with the company, with your mom's company, you make it look easy. And she's like, it's not that easy. It's not easy as changing your name. Basically getting at him real quick, you feel me? And she's basically like, how do I get over the past? And so basically she says, I don't know. But I like this line she says right here. She's like, but I know for you, real change begins when you stop being a boy who made a mistake and start being a young man who makes a difference. And then that's dope. I like that, because, you know, like, he basically started all this because, you know, he had killed somebody in a car accident, and they, like, with his family's privilege and money, they made it look, he got off of that. And so, like, he didn't like that didn't sit right with him, and they actually shipped him away to training. So if you watched the last video, if you haven't, please watch that. But they shipped him out training, so like he doesn't want to be above the law, and so he's kind of doing this to stop people who think they're above the law, because like you cannot be above the law. And I like that for him. And then so here we go, and here we go, more him talking. Vince told me that symbols are just things. I tried to appropriate a symbol of my father's power and privilege and create a monster. If I'm going to inspire change, I can't just be a creature of myth and shadows or instrument of violence. I have to show people that I am real, that I am here for them. I have to show people that I am. And if he says, Val, you there? And he's like, I'm here, Jace. I need your help designing something. So, and then everything begins, and I am Batman #1. Which I will be doing a video for that too, but let's talk about this one. Yes, this was dope. This was a nice little start off comic. You know, we get to see him not even fully in the Batman yet, not even his own suit. This is just a tech he had used for the one time that he basically had to ditch. But this is real dope. I like this coming into it. You get to see Jace, get to see his world. Like, you get to see this whole world with Chubbs, Hadia, Vol, you know, going after Archidon. Like, you get to see his world. You get to see like him, like his reasoning, him like starting out, him making mistakes, like the growing pains he's gonna have to go through, and then seeing what his body can and can't take. Like, I like this. It's real fresh. The one reason I really like this series is real fresh, and I love Batman's character. I love the lore of Batman, everything of Batman. So, and having this black man as Batman to me is really dope, and he's a very dope character. I like this character they made, and his character seems like it'll continue to grow throughout the story, and I can't wait for it. Plus, it's written by John Ridley. John Ridley I think he does great work, so I'm really excited for this. So this is I Am Batman, Jace Fox, the Black Batman, the Black Bat. So yes, I'll be keeping up with this like I keep up with Miles, because I gotta keep y'all up to, you know, these black heroes. I think they dope, and I think y'all think they dope. And hopefully in the future we get like movies and animated movies of these characters and all that, you feel me? But so that is I Am Batman 0. I'll be keeping y'all up with I Am Batman #1, so be on the lookout for that. But please follow me on everything. It's YoNerd on Twitter, Instagram, IG, Facebook. I say Instagram twice. Twitter, TikTok, IG, Facebook, all that. Just look up YoNerd and you'll find me. But please follow, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe right now. Thank y'all for watching.